Hey guys, it's your boy Tay Day back again with another video, and today I want to talk to you guys, kind of be a little bit of a rant, but at the same time, I want to talk to you guys about 2 points. And the topic of today is kids, okay? Kids versus systems. How you put those two together, okay? How can you work in a system and make things easier on you as a adult, as a parent, as a guardian, to make life flow a little bit better, and also helping you teach your child how to go ahead and prosper and get them ready for the things they need to get ready for as they are getting older, so that they can be well and good when they get to that age, when they're about to be 18 and stuff like that. So when they start wanting to move out and blah, 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 they don't know what they're doing. But my 2 main points today is going to be my little rant on how I handle and how I input a system into place. And my second point is how you can take your child or those children and how you can understand them better, and how they can help you become a better person through how they act, and how you can not really manipulate that into your benefit, but also help you better yourself, and so that it works for you in the workplace. So, number 1, we're talking about systems. So dealing with a child, and this is where my little rant comes in. So dealing with my girlfriend's child, he's 12 years old, and he's hitting that preteen. He's that preteen, about to be a teenager age. So he's about to go through that little puberty and doing his thing. And so understanding that he's growing, and there's some key things that he obviously are missing whenever he had a little tough childhood. When it came to his father's side, he pretty much was raised by his mother, who worked 2 jobs. He needed an adult male in his life to kind of teach him things and have him understand that this is what you do, and this is how you become a man of the house. Okay, so he's running around here just being a little badass, just doing his, just being a kid, an ignorant kid. Ignorance not a bad thing. You just don't know. So I'm trying to teach him. So in the instance of that, he needs to understand the things that he needs to be focused on as a kid. I do not try to put too much responsibility into his hands as of when I was growing up, but as for him to worry about, I tell him there are 2 things that he needs to worry about. 1, he needs to learn maintenance. Now, at any job that you have, you always have to keep up with your maintenance. An organized desk, or cleaning bathrooms, or keeping the kitchen clean, whatever, you have to maintenance your area. Keep up with maintenance in your area. So, teaching him the simple basics of maintenance is him just staying, whenever he's at home, daily, make sure that he is washing the dishes, the trash is taken out, the floor is swept or vacuumed, things like that. Keep up the maintenance of the house. Once everything's deep clean, we try to clean it every day, every other day, to keep the maintenance up. That way, when we see something that's slightly dirty, it's an easy fix, few minutes maybe, instead of an hour, where you have to clean the whole house at one time, which could take almost all your day. Just clean one thing at a time on a rotational basis. So I inputted a system for him that he also, there's two things within this that kids respond to. There may be more, but I find these two the most effective. First one is that kids respond to fear. So, taking their video games away. Bless me. All right, taking their video games away, taking TV away, taking their phone away. Those are some examples of putting fear into their heart where they understand that if they don't do this, they have repercussions. And so there's the other way, the second way, which is motivating. So I don't do this as often. I recommend that nobody do this on a consistent basis, only here and there, which is offering them something. So in the instance of that he wants something and I know I can give it to him or her, then you want to go ahead and offer him like, hey, if you go ahead and clean your room, straighten up your room, go take out the trash, after you're done, we can go ahead and go grab that food, that you haven't had in a while. We can go eat sushi. I know he loves, my girlfriend's son loves to eat sushi, and we always ate sushi on Fridays or every other Friday. So it happened to be Friday. So I just was like, hey, we're going to go do this. Even though we used to do it without me giving him something, but we haven't done it in a while, it's a motivator. So he'll knock something out real quick, and then we'll go and have the sushi. Or if he wants to go stay the night at someone's house on the weekend, I'll have him do something on a Wednesday so he can be able to ask for a Friday to go over his cousin's house and stay the night. Things like that. So that's just two things, fear and motivators. So using those two things. So I have a 5-point system or a 5-strike system. If he, and this is part of him growing up, he needs to understand that he needs to get in the rotation, get in the groove, make it part of his day, that these are the things that he needs to go over and check out. So just make sure they're clean. Then if they're not clean, or if they need to be re-cleaned, then he will do that. And then he'll go to his next step, which is all he has to do is make sure that he's doing his homework, has good grades. So cleaning and good grades are his only two things to focus on. And so he has a list for the cleaning. And of course, he has his homework that he lets us know immediately as whenever we see him, pick him up from school or whatever homework he had to do. He lets us know. He shows us if he can. And he, we make sure it's done so he can make sure he gets good grades. Those are only two things he has to do. Maintenance, which is just cleaning up, keeping the house clean, and making good grades. Those are the only two things he has to worry about. Everything else is taken care of by the adults. Simple. So the 5-strike system is if he don't do those, if he's not checking, if me or his mother have to pick up behind him, have to do things, have to remind him constantly more than once about doing things. So we do give him warnings without giving him strikes, but give him warnings, and if we have to do it again, about the same thing, or if he does something major, it just automatically goes to a strike. So let me give you an example. So he has 5 strikes, or we'll take something away. So this one is just another system built around fear of losing something, losing his own privileges that he already has. So there's, and he loves to stay up late to 10:30, 11 o'clock, and he also loves to play his video games and play, stay on his phone, his mobile phone. So having those things are major for him. So if he gets 5 strikes, and then we give him an option. He loses his electronics for a few days, which is just the first go around for 5 strikes. And then, of course, if he gets back-to-back 5 strikes, he'll go up from there. Or he will get a butt whooping, and we'll call it even. So, and he hates butt whoopings. He's very scared of butt whoopings, but I think he'll rather take a butt whooping than lose all his electronics for a few days. Because, nowadays kids live off of that. So those are the 2 things that I implied. So that is the system that I have implied to for this particular kid. Now, I want you guys to understand that not every kid works the same way. So you have to know your child or children. That way you will understand them better and know what you can take from them and where they will kind of give into, or if they just need a good ass whooping, then that's just need a good ass whooping. It's always up to you. Make sure that you always understand, as the parent, guardian, co-parent, you are in control. Make sure you communicate between your significant other, your partner. Communicate what y'all gonna do, and then put it together as a team. That is very important. Always work as a team, as one unit, because kids can sniff out when you guys are not on the same page. And it's natural you guys mess up here and there, but eventually you guys will become one and become silent. Okay? I put this system together about a month ago, and he hasn't reached the 5 strikes. He's got strikes, of course, but never reached the 5 strikes. And today is actually Wednesday, and he already has 4 out of the 5 strikes. And I didn't give him the most. I only gave him 1 strike. His mother actually gave him the other 3 because he was doing just forgetting major things. He goes to a strict school, so he has to wear a uniform. And if he is not wearing his complete uniform, they will call us and they will not teach him. They will not allow him in class without having the proper uniform. And I believe that that's a little heavy for just missing a belt or a name tag. But rules are rules. People sign up, have a waiting list to go to this school for a reason. So they have to be strict and keep up with their stuff. So we have to follow their rules. So he forgot that twice, and she had to drive home to get it, and made her late twice for work. So he got 2 strikes just from that, and then another strike because yesterday he had lost his name tag. His name tag cost $10 to replace. So we had to pay $10. So that's an automatic strike again. So it looks like this week he's going to end up, and she made him go to bed even earlier. So after he did all his homework last night, he was asleep. He was put to sleep, and it was kind of weird because I'm used to him being up until about 10:30, but he was already asleep. Okay. So yeah, that is the system, guys. Remember, that's my 5-strike system. You build your own system, verify it, bulletproof it with your partner if you have a partner. If not, bulletproof it. Make sure that the child understands what it is. Do not start just giving them strikes, please. Warn them and then deliver the strike so they know it's real. And then after that, you take full force on how you want to handle it and see how it works out. You are the parent, okay, guys? In the next video, I will explain the other set, guys.